And we're live. We're back.
Back.
I know
Basketball
you've been.
weekend doesn't end. We switched beach. We switched beach spots. Taylor went back home, and I went back. I'm at the beach, so
Someone's got to tend to the farm, dude. The geese got massive. Like
they're
we,
so
I saw.
big. Some stuff those baby the down on them. So
Yeah, Adelaide looks. She looks thick, dude.
dude, she's
Stocky
so
little.
thick. She's so thick.
She's sweet though. When I lay down, she lets me like pet her.
Oh, dude, what slot in your draft? What slot in the draft did you get?
I got two, so I
Mm.
like it.
Listen, I'm doing the slow 5-5-5 on DraftKings. Because
Mm.
everyone's a coward. They don't want to do the fast one. I was itching to get in the fast one, but I was sitting there solo for years. So I got in the slow, and obviously it filled right away. So the cowards, they don't want to draft that 5-5 quick with the quickness. I'm in for it because I think there's an advantage to be had in these drafts if people aren't paying attention.
100%.
Is there draft loading here?
Yeah, it is. I'm switching the tab. Because I
No
want to
worries.
just
No worries.
show the. I'm definitely gonna go Bijan if the guy goes Gibbs. I go Gibbs or
You have
Bijan
to
here.
go both these. That's the clearest. I think, Jamar Chase at 3, obviously pretty clear. But outside of that, outside of 1, 2, 3, there's no certainty up and down that up
No.
and down.
I like Jamar Chase. I like Cincinnati a lot. So like when I can get it, I'm gonna get it. Let me extend this here so you can see only on one screen right now because I'm outside. Yeah, I mean my favorite thing to do is to get Jamar Chase. The question here is what do you do? I
Just
just
go
take
Gibbs.
Gibbs. Yeah.
Just go Gibbs. He truly has the most upside. It's
Yeah.
just it's like if you're looking at him versus Bijan, it's as simple as he's on the better team, the better
Yeah.
offense. And now with Terry and Arnold out, and obviously he's gonna go to prison probably for some time, unfortunately. But
That's sad.
it's sad for everything, right? Like the kid just it sucks, but that's a big piece of their secondary. Their secondary was already weak,
Yeah.
So that team, it's just Gibbs all day. That competent offense, competent quarterback all day.
100%. I would love to get like at the turn. This is where I love to try to get like a Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
What I try to do with this is like try to get RB1 overall. If I can sneak in like a guy that I think can be receiver 1 overall is like Nico Collins sometimes. Drake London is another guy. And then
you want my opinion here? Like you got Gibbs at 2. This is where you make the bear stack. You play for that week 17 bonanza.
100%. Yeah.
You get
100%.
Loveland, you get Burden, you get Odunze. If that's, you get Manon guys, right? You're not. There's no chance. Obviously, you're not going to get Amon Ra, but you do whatever you can to get.
Aaron Rod's dial today, 5 feet for birdie again.
Let's
3 out of
go.
the first 4 holes. You like Ben James is struggling, winning the water, but he's a cheapie. So.
Yeah, dude, this is a good spot to be because getting Gibbs at 2. I mean, obviously he was going 2 for a while, an underdog, but it's going to give you a different combo.
Yeah, I think Bijan's a better running back. I do. I think Bijan's a little bit like if Bijan was on Detroit, it would be Bijan 100 times out of 100. That's not necessarily true because they're kind of splitting hairs on like with those guys. Like I think at the end of the day, it's like they're going to finish probably within like 10 to 15 points of one another. It's like who scores for you championship week, and that's kind of a toss up. But like I mean, you feel good about either of those guys as your RB1. And in these type of builds, I try to go 5 running backs. Like when I have a star like that, I won't go 6 running backs. I'll go like a 3-5, 8-2 or 3-5, 7-3 or something like that. Something like that. And it depends on quarterback too. But
dude, I kind of like the 2-5, the 2-5. Like if you can get 2 good quarterbacks and then you just have the 2. I know all the data says now that you want to do 3 quarterbacks.
This is the 3 quarterback thing is this. It's because it's like most quarterbacks score around the same amount of points. It just gives you like sometimes a quarterback will have an 8-point performance, even a good quarterback. And so like this helps, like 3 quarterbacks help in those weeks and just helps you get to the next round. Like it's more about advancement with 3 than it is. Like
this is what I mean. If I draft a quarterback before I draft Malik Willis, I'm getting 2 quarterbacks probably. If I get Malik Willis as a second, I'm happy with 2. If he's my first quarterback off the board, I'm getting 3. Right? Yeah. Like that's kind of where like the nexus point is for me. It's like, okay, if Malik Willis is 1, I'll get 3. If he's my second, I'm happy with him. If I'm trying to build a tertiary stack, maybe I keep it there. But I do like that.
Over the last couple weeks, anything changed for you in terms of like news? I mean, Terry and Arnold thing we brought up, like what's happening?
You know what's changed for me is the copious amounts of Corum and Monanga I'm getting. I just think they're way too. I think their ADP is way too low.
Also they're at that spot in the draft, Dylan, where
I'm reaching 15, 20 picks ahead of their ADP.
Yeah, same. Those guys, like the guys like right there in that. I think it's like we'll get to it in a second. I'll show you, but in that turn, it's just like obvious. Like I go down the board, like it's like DK Metcalf, Tony Pollard. I always prefer like straight up like Monangai and Blake Corum over Tony Pollard. I think there's a chance that Pollard may get moved, and it's like there's two decent like Tajay Spears will take passing now work, and like Nick Singleton's not gonna be involved. But if they're selling it in towards the end of the season, you can see Pollard just like getting decreased snaps. Bowers is gone, so like now this is I'm coming up here. So I have Nico Collins, Jeremiah Love, Devonta Smith, Terry McBride.
You know who I reach on here soon? I reach Breece Hall occasionally.
Yeah, so a guy I like, and I mentioned this at the top, is Nico Collins. I don't know how much you like him, but like he has potential for receiver 1 overall. And I think people are down. Like Nico Collins is of value where he was going last season. He really is.
Other people are a lot smarter than me really like him. I just don't want a piece of that offense. There's just something like
he's just so good. And another reason I like him is like you can get CJ Stroud late as like a QB3 that like is competent. Like we've seen like decent production out of him. So this is tricky here. I mean, I really just want to go Chris Olave. I think I'm gonna go Olave here.
Just go Olave.
I like Olave a lot.
Pick. Like I think Olave could potentially
Devontae Smith, Rashee Rice. Like another reason I like Olave is because what I could do is go like Tyler Shaw, and what I'm thinking is Tyler Shaw and CJ Stroud is potential like QB 2 and 3, and I kind of want to now with my next couple picks
kind of dirty. But listen, the singular pushback I give on Nico is the same pushback, and obviously we're Panthers fans. I give on Tet, and that's that Tet's supremely talented. But the spot isn't friendly for fantasy points, right? So like I think we could have a potential situation for Nico where obviously we know the talent's there and he's supremely talented, but is he going to get the same kind of usage, right? Like the offensive system matters.
That's fair.
So I'm really concerned. But yeah, I don't hate the start. Gibbs, Nico, Chris Olave. Just getting a different build. Man, Pete Alonso hit a home run, but it's not on the big shipper for me. What about you?
He is for me, so.
Nice.
Why did you not play in the 5-man stack? You left out Big Pete.
Yeah, it's always a mistake, right? Whenever you leave out the big power bats, it'll hurt your whole soul a little bit. It'll hurt your whole a little bit too.
Meaty Petey, huh? Meaty PT.
How? What's his ownership like?
16? He's like he's not like so high on, but not like unowned either. Feels good for me, but I mean, I had. Yesterday, my team started off like Jackson Cherry one-off hit home run, but then it kind of fell apart at the end of that. Speaking of drafts here, what I would love to do is get Colston Loveland to pair with Jahmyr Gibbs as a tight end 1. So like, here with this build, what I'm thinking is like there is a scenario in which Colston Loveland's the tight end 1 of the season. So like with my build, I feel like Gibbs could be receiver 1. I mean, so Gibbs could be running back 1. Nico Collins has an outside chance as receiver 1, and then you could get Colston Loveland who has a chance at tight end 1. So like you could get onesies across.
Loveland could score. He could be the best scoring tight end this year. Obviously, we're huge on Bowers, but like if the Bears are as good as they were last year and take a step forward, I think Loveland's going to be far more involved, and he could score the most touchdowns at the tight end position.
That said, who knows? So there are guys that have tight ends coming up. So like maybe if the guy with Trey McBride Bowers wants to go 2 tight ends, there's a risk there. But I think I could get him because there are tight ends already off the board, and obviously tight ends off the board, but the guys coming up already have tight ends, so maybe I just need the next 3 or so guys to avoid that. I'm looking at some teams here, man.
Dude, what kind of concoction are you drinking in there?
Just tea, some ginger tea.
Nice. Yeah. That's a drink of choice on this fun Sunday, huh?
Yeah. Sunday, fun day. That's where I'm at in my life, drinking tea at 2 o'clock. How's the beach while we wait for this?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, honestly. It's nice here. It's pretty quiet, which is surprising because it's 4th of July week upcoming.
Dude, traffic was gnarly coming back from the beach.
Dude, listen, before you get your pick, have you watched any of Sugar?
Yeah, I watched the first episode. So
dude, it's phenomenal. I mean, the cinematography is like it's some of the best I've ever seen.
It's the way they shot it is so good, dude. It's
so good. It's one of my favorites.
My boy Colston Loveland here, which I just like that's the preferred pick. Really wanted him. So the guy coming back because Jameson Williams just went. He was the next option for me. I would have paired him there. This guy, I don't know if you love this, but I would like to pair him with Nico Collins. And that is, did you see my pick?
I know. And listen, I'm so torn on him. He's just not a sexy pick, right? He's the type of guy,
dude, but there's it's like Joe Mixon from 2 years ago. Like he could be running back 5 overall potentially, like, and you're getting him pretty late. Like to me, it's like I prefer him straight up over Cam Scatbo, just because like we saw Woody Marks could not handle. Like, he could not handle. Like, Montgomery could score 15 touchdowns this season.
But Woody Marks was still a rookie last year, so there's an off chance he's fine this year.
Fine, yeah. I think again, it just makes sense to pair him with that piece.
So you have a 2-2-1 so far.
What I'll like to do too with Gibbs is try to get like Sam Laporta coming back in a little bit.
That's a good. That's a 2 tight end build. You could just go Laporta, Loveland, be done with it, and just bolster position elsewhere. That's what I would do probably.
That's what I'm planning on.
Because you have 2 receivers. I know, like, Chris Olave's not, his injury prone moniker is not real because it's mostly concussion related. He has had some blood clots that are not good, but Nico Collins has real injury concerns. He misses a lot of time, so
from a size and talent standpoint, he's like this. Like, he's arguably a top 3 receiver and just like raw talent. It just, to your point, is like playing with like the Houston Texans. Like, how good are they going to be? We saw a lot from CJ Stroud his rookie year, but we've seen some lackluster performances since then. So
my only point being is that you're going to want to have, in my opinion, you're going to want to have probably at least seven receivers in this build. Does that seem fair?
That's fair, but I mean, you still have 2 top end receiver ones here. So,
but what I'm saying is those guys are not, they're not. I say Drake London, he's injury prone, but those 2 guys are. We saw Olave really have his big season last year.
Look at the team, right? So Libra 05 to me is like I'd much rather have Nico Collins and Olave than Pickens, Smith, and Adams. Like, that's just that's a preference thing, but I just think from like offensive. Like, I have less love for Adams, especially with how good I feel like the Raiders. I mean,
less love for Adams, and that's kind of why I'm so high in Corum. I think a lot of these touchdowns we were force feeding to Adams last year are going to be Corum and Williams, and Corum is the value, right? So that's kind of what I'm betting this year, and I feel like they could be a very different team. We saw Stafford MVP last year. I just think we're going to see a very, very different type of team this year, and I think Corum is going to be a big piece of that. And where he's so much value, I just think like Devontae Adams. He's starting to regress by some metrics, but the thing that's going to regress is just like his overall target volume and like in-game yardage. I mean, the touchdowns still might be there, and it's a touchdown game. But like, are you going to bank on him scoring a touchdown every week? Like, I'm just not.
You can't. No,
it's just not a sexy pick. And same with for me, I feel the same about Montgomery. Like, Montgomery's not old, but he should score touchdowns.
There were stats. Pick. It's like guys that are those 2 down backs, people undervalue them, and I think Montgomery's just being undervalued. Like, he just is. Like, to me, it's like Montgomery over Swift, over Henderson, over Bucky Irving. I think Henderson probably has more upside. I think Montgomery's safer. And best ball is a combination of like shooting for upside, but also like trying to build in some safety too. I think you have to do both of those things when you're drafting. With the next pick, I really want to get, so I'm going to get my boy here, and that's going to be Caleb Williams. We talked about this, but week 17 matchup. And then with my next pick, so this is where I'm going to reach down the board a little bit, and I'm going to snag Kyle Monangai.
Is Odunze still on the board?
No, Odunze's gone. So these are guys I'm like, so Mekhi Lemon, Chuba Hubbard, Ramondre Stevenson, DK Metcalf, Tony Pollard, QJ, Alec Pierce, Dak Prescott.
This is exactly.
This is that range that I was talking about. It's like, and it's like get Kyle Monangai. He fits the stack. He and like
this is what I think people get caught up. The reason they're going down the board because there's Swift and there's Kyron Williams there. Not only are these guys valuable if those guys are in, like those guys you're gonna see 40-50% of the work for these guys in good offenses. And if either Kyron or DeAndre Swift go down, these guys are league winners. These guys would be first on draft picks. They'd be going in the James Cook range. They just would. I absolutely mean that. Like their volume and their potential upside is going to be huge. And I like where they're at in the split offense, right? These guys are both guys, Monangai and Corum, could score double-digit touchdowns, and it wouldn't shock anyone.
No. And let's see. I'm gonna scroll down the board here, see what we got. So I would love to get Blake Corum coming back. I may not get him. Sam Laporta is right there at the turn, and so I think I'll probably try to scoop him up again as my tight end too. If I can get like Corum, Laporta, that'd be preference. I wouldn't hate to get Worthy.
See, this is maybe where like you wouldn't need to get 3 quarterbacks, but if you wanted to get Shah and CJ Stroud, we'll be fine because you can backstack Higgins, have a little differentiation there.
I love Higgins too as a receiver too. So like he's Nico Collins-esque a bit. Like, I mean him and what's that Noel from? Remember when they played with? I think did they play with Purdy? They were there for a couple seasons.
Iowa State, yeah.
They were. I think
they
Purdy
good.
left. Yeah, they were good. Dude, I'm so ready for college football. I've been like,
can you believe football is in like It's almost less than a month away.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm so excited. And we've been really good lately. I mean, look in my cup, look in your cup, don't look in my cup, right? But that type of logic. But the thing is, like, when you're good, it's so fun to just be in the streets, you know?
100%.
It's a fun game to play. Like, you can obviously make a buck off it, but like, it's enjoyable, the sweat of it. And that's why I love best ball, because it's like best ball is like tying your money up, but it's like kind of a fun way to invest. And no one would advise you to do this, but it's just
no.
There's the sweats are absolutely
also,
insane.
dude, live your life. Like, if you love sports, like, this is a way to build a sweat into your life a bit. Let's see who's coming up. Yeah, so I'm trying to break down some of these teams. I mean, Yankees has Genty Barkley. I don't hate Genty Barkley start, but then McMillan, I think he's been a little overdrafted there.
And listen, we'll caveat. I'm a huge Panthers fan. If the situation with Canales was different with Brush, just if the offense was different, Tet would just be an all-time pick. It's just
they like to run the ball, dude.
And they like to run the ball, and we also seen this. Like, Coker's a good player, man. He's a guy. As a sneaky 2-stack, I like it in the back, just like Week 17 matchup, doesn't matter, but it does, is Shaheed and Coker. I like this kind of two-piece combo in that matchup. Week 17 is like, that's a little mini correlation that I do like a good bit. And Coker's a solid. I mean, he got a bag. Obviously an EDFA guy, but I do like him as well.
And a guy that I like to draft with him is I really like to get like Brooks and him. I mean, there's risk with Brooks, right? Like, Chuba Hubbard seems like he's going to be the guy, right? For all intents and purposes, like, Chuba Hubbard is the guy in Carolina. But Brooks is so talented.
I slightly disagree that Chuba, he is the guy, quote unquote, and he's the captain, this and that. But Jonathan Brooks, I think once you get him on the field, and if he shows any sign of health, he is just different.
So I'm on the board. So there's two guys I love here. It's Josh Downs and Xavier Worthy. I think I'm going to draft Josh Downs.
Okay.
Or is it? I don't know. What do you think?
You want my case? Quick sell case. Xavier Worthy, more of an explosive player. Josh Downs is more of a PPR guy on an underdog. Maybe on DraftKings.
I went Worthy.
Yeah. In DraftKings, I might prefer Downs, actually, because he's going to be intermediate target.
I took a risk and didn't get Laporta. Laporta was down the board a little bit, but it's all right.
Oh, you have your tight end one. You didn't need Laporta. That's just like nice to have, not a need to have.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, and then Downs came back to me.
Just go Downs. And all the things I say about him still stand true. But he could lead the Colts in targets, which would be amazing. It's a
good 4-receiver stack too. You have Collins, Olave, Worthy, and Downs, all potential number ones. Obviously, Worthy asterisk is that Rice is suspended to some degree, but Rice is the way they use him is.
Rice won't be suspended, and this is the thing: is Rice is going to be intermediate targets, manufactured stuff, but like, we're gonna see where they have pop games, right? If he's healthy, his shoulder's good, everything's good there. He's gonna have these games where he goes for 115 2 touchdowns, and that's what you need, right? At this draft pick, I know he's your wide receiver 3, but we're really playing. If he scores 5 good weeks for you, you're happy, right?
100%.
I always say, like, why are you waiting your pick? Is like, if you could say let's get a 50% advance rate. 50% of your teams get out of the pod. Would you take that, or would you take a singular team in the finals? You can only pick one. 50% advance rate, or one team in the finals.
Yeah, well, it's like, it depends on. It's like you have 50% advance rate with no teams in the finals. So obviously, you just take the one team in the finals. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point. That's what I know. But I think a lot of people wouldn't. They want that money back, and kind of that's the logic, right? It's like, okay, 50% advance rate means I made a lot of money back, right? So let's just say only one team got 3, and that team entered the finals. That's why you play this game, right? Yeah. And that's why I like guys like Worthy. It's like, you play this game for that upside, right? It's like, I understand the down play, that's fine, and get him a wide receiver who potentially leaves his team the targets, but like. And that's why, like, I'll take swings and misses, right? Like, I'm drafting so much Jack Beck because I think he has potential to be a good receiver in that offense on his team. He has potential to get you 0 for every week. You have to understand that risk. But, like, I'm taking swings, right? It's not a safe game we play. I don't care if I advance 50% of my teams. I want to win,
Yeah,
there's nothing. There's no value if you don't hold the belt. And that's the truth. So, like you said, I got fourth. I got fourth the other night in baseball, right? And nice, cool, crisp 10K. It was first 100, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, you play for that belt. I know you captured one of those recently, but like, you play for that. You don't play for pennies.
No, 10K is still solid.
Yes, it's solid, but you won't see me in these cash game streets. If there's best ball cash games, they don't exist. You know why? Because no one wants to play them.
Yeah.
But I do like your team. What are you looking on the board for right now?
It's easy coming up because Well, I think Shud just went. Maybe did Shud just go? Tyler Shud did go. So 2
Good,
QBs potentially on the board.
good.
I really want Jaden Higgins. He's gonna be there. Other guys interested in. So Higgins is gonna be there, I believe.
Is Willis still on the board?
Malik Willis is still on the board. He was down a bit, so I can maybe wait on him.
You can maybe wait. This is what I like to do. You only have one tight end. I love this. I love to get Malik Willis. Sorry, there was someone's playing music here. But I love to get Malik Willis and then Greg Dulcich as a tight end too. Like just like I love that kind.
Yeah,
I love that.
I don't hate that either. I'm looking. Another guy I do like though is Jalen Coker, and we talked about him already. I feel pretty good about 5 receivers right now. Other guys I'm interested in. I guess Jared Goff would be like a potential 3 QB build.
You have 4 RBs.
I have 3 RBs. I don't like any of the RBs on the board. JCM, Jordan Mason. It's I'm gonna wait a little bit on the RBs. Okay. I'm in between Malik Willis and Coker. Make the call. Then
I'll get Malik Willis. You're not gonna get him. It's a solid QB2.
I went Jalen Coker because time was on my side.
The only reason I said that there because with Caleb and Malik, you don't need to get 3rd quarterback. Now you're gonna have to get CJ Stroud.
Yeah, which I like. I do. I mean, again, dude, I'm a CJ Stroud fan at cost this season. I mean, he's going so much lower than he was previous years, but like for good reason.
And the buzz out of training camp's okay. I'd say it's middling. I think you're happy with what you heard. I mean, he's gonna at least start.
The other guy that I could go in the 3 QB build is Daniel Jones. I don't know how you feel about him, but like I'm somewhat interested there. I have Josh Downs, and like I kind of like.
If you draft Daniel Jones, you have to get 3 quarterbacks. You just have to. Like, there's no telling if you come back from the injury the same. I mean, he was hyper efficient when he was, and we were. It's funny because remember when I was talking last year, we weren't streaming, we weren't doing anything in the small corner of the ecosystem we have here. But I had 50% Daniel Jones, remember, and there was some uncertainty whether he was even the starter. And so, dude, we should just pod because like I'm in a victory lap when dude, 50% Daniel Jones, and he just starts off like an absolute kamikaze, just like
he went
like. Off. For 8 weeks, you're like, dude, I'm a genius. Like, I am just like mega mind this play, and no one's better than me. All these things, and it was such a smart play. But that being the case, I have very little this year. I'm kind of down. I'm kind of down on the Colts offense, to be honest with you. I like Downs. I like Warren. I just don't know how it's going to look this year. But I could totally be wrong. So
why are you down on the Colts offense? Just because.
I just don't know. Like if Daniel Jones isn't healthy, we've seen things not progress how you really want to progress there. And I just don't know. The system is very like you really need to have some efficiencies there. And like, are they going to run a lot? Are they going to pass a lot? It really comes down to Daniel Jones' injury. If he comes back and he's pretty mobile, the reason I say that is because Daniel Jones does offer value, obviously as a runner, but he needs to run because his arm is kind of flat. Like it's kind of I'd say a C- arm in the NFL. So if he doesn't have any mobility, it's going to allow teams just to sit back. So
yeah. Well, I mean, so there's some merit. I'm glad I got Coker because CJ Stroud went way ahead of ADP. And so what I'll probably do because I have Coker is also draft Bryce Young. So go like Daniel Jones, Bryce Young. And then I mean, again, don't hate that. There's not much else from the Panthers I'll draft outside of like, I think that like is a 2 off there is fine. I just don't. Yeah. I mean, again, I think at this build I really like my receivers. Like, I mean, I'm so strong at receiver. That's probably the strongest position currently. Let's go to the roster. So we have, I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs, Montgomery, and Common guy. I love all 3 of those guys. They're all going to get work, but receivers very strong. Nico, Chris Olave, Xavier Worthy, Josh Downs, Jaden Higgins, Jalen Coker.
That's all good.
Yeah. So like, I probably won't. So I think, what is that? 7 receivers. I have 6 receivers. I probably snag 1 more receiver, and I just will get, as long as I can get him, Daniel Jones and Bryce Young with my next 2 picks, and then start filling in with some cheaper running backs. Tyler Algier is a guy that's like farther down the board that I like. I don't know if you're as high as on him as I am.
No, I'm not. Just because like hot hand approach, that guy's got cold hands. Like the hot hand's gonna be. Listen, Jeremiah Ashton Genty had all these.
It's just like for me, it's like Tyler
Ashton Genty had all these amazing. He was so good in college. Ashton Genty was right, and we saw these things, and he was amazing. And the only guy that beat him in certain stats was like Jeremiah Love. Like Jeremiah Love is going to be so good.
Yeah, but what is Tyler Algier going to score? 5 touchdowns this season, 6 touchdowns. Like I think that's worth a late round flyer, and like he's going to get work. He's a good, like he's a decent goal line back. Although like some of the metrics don't love it, but like they're still using him quite a bit there. So yeah,
I'd call this a healthy C draft. I mean, this is nothing I love, but part of it is I know you're maxing it out. I'm maxing it out. I think you're only got 40, 30 teams left to build in the BBM. But
I'm stacked with Caleb Williams. I'm stacked with Daniel Jones. I'm stacked with Bryce Young.
It's okay.
And those I guess Caleb Williams is the leader there, but like Bryce Young has spike weeks, right? He'll score 3-4 weeks for me. Daniel Jones, as long as he's healthy, will score 3-4 weeks, and like Caleb Williams hopefully scores the majority of those weeks. All different buys. Strong at running back because I have Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. And then so here what I'll try to do next is just draft a couple. Like my last receiver maybe Isaac. I call him Isak. I just love the name Isak. I'll probably draft Tesla here just as a mini correlation with Chicago. I don't know how.
Something I like doing here too. I know you have the Houston stack. Is I'd go ahead and queue up Marshawn Lloyd. As a guy that we look at Week 17 matchups, it's a terrible matchup. Green Bay and Houston should not be a bonanza, right? But we want to get all pieces we can. Correlation is key. And getting some Week 17 correlation is important. So I think Marshawn Lloyd, you're not deep at running back anyway, so I'd queue him up.
Yeah, another guy and I've drafted so much of this guy is, let me go to my queue here, is Dylan Sampson. I know he's not a guy you love, and he's going way ahead of ADP now. But just like he's going to get work. He's again kind of fits like it's a worse.
You were the first guy high on him, and I started listening around. I was like, man, other people really like him. So I think you're on to something.
He's talented. Like he had spike weeks last season too, where he had like 100, like near 100 receiving yards. Like and Judkins hasn't shown that they're going to use him in that role. Like he's more going to run between the tackles, and Sampson's going to be change of pace. But like having a consistent change of pace guy, and he's not a vet. Like they're still going to use him quite a bit. And he's a young cat, and it's a young team. So I don't hate it.
Run it. Yeah, it's not. Listen, in that 5-5-5 slow, I really wanted Genty there. I was gonna, and everyone just, I was never gonna get him at 11. That's just how the draft goes these days. You know what I mean?
Oh, you didn't get Genty?
No, I had to go Ken. Listen, I settled for Ken Walker. 11, I went Walker Hampton. I
don't hate that.
No, it's not. It's not a bad. And the fun thing about that is you get a little Week 17 correlation as well. So never bad to, once again. People could definitely say I'm a little too focused on this Week 17 matchup. Listen, once again, I'm playing for first, baby. I'm not playing for last. So I need to have some. It doesn't need to be drive my team, right? I'm not, shopping down the board too much, but I do like to, do a lot of drafts, be in a lot of drafts, because like the best thing to do is like the best way to really make a unique team is when people make mistakes, whether they reach a little bit too much or just they see a guy that just hate, a room full of drafters that just hate a singular player and they just never draft them. There's a lot of room to win in those drafts. And that's what you have to be in each draft. Like, be pretty intentional about what you're going in and doing. It's like, don't go 0 RB on purpose. Don't go hero RB. It's like, let the draft fall to you. Say, okay, well, I had to take 3 running backs with these guys, great value. Then you have, hero build. But I know some people for the streams will like, oh, let's do a 0. Let's do a hero. Let's do,
I do want 150 good teams is my goal. It's like, obviously, like, everyone can say it, but like my goal is to get 150 teams I feel like have a chance to advance out of their pod. And then from there have, the ability to have a winner in week 17. We'll wait for this pick. So Sampson's there. He's still there. Right now, Tesla's gone, but he wasn't like a high priority. He was just giving me correlation with Jahmyr Gibbs. Algiers fallen a bit. So like the preferred build, especially with my roster, with just having 3 running backs now, is to go, if I can get it, is Algier and Sampson. Just 2 solid number 2s. That would give me 5 running backs, and then I can maybe scoop one up later. Maybe like
Marshawn Lloyd.
Marshawn Lloyd is not a bad pick. I like McGowan's another guy I like for Indianapolis. Like he out of camp seems like he's the number 2 behind Jonathan Taylor. And if there's Algier's gone, so no consideration there. Sampson is still there.
Listen, I know you got big board pulled up. But run your squad by me just so do the
numbers. I just drafted Sampson there. The next pick, this is gonna correlate with my Houston stack. I'm gonna draft Dr. Schultz here. I don't know. He seems like a guy also that you may not like. I know I don't have the correlation with CJ Stroud, but I still like him paired with my Houston stack.
Dude, Dr. Schultz, baby hand Schultz, who like cuts you up and leaves his tools inside of you. Like, absolutely not. like you draft him for the correlation, but no way in hell am I drafting a.
I think at cost at cost I like him. I know you.
At cost he's a budget doctor. He's a doctor that did his residency in another country, and you're not actually sure if he's licensed. You're like, hey, I'm a doctor. Like, okay.
It's weird. But, so you don't no love at all for Dalton Schultz.
It's fine. I mean, once again, you are way higher on the Texans than me. I'm just like, I'm full sale. Just like, there's guys, I told you this, there's guys I will enter the season with in the BBM where I have 0 of. That's just the way I play, right? And there's be guys like Jack Beck who, for no reason, good reason, are like on 70% of my teams. So that's just what I'm gonna do, and just fire, and see what happens. But I mean, David Montgomery and Nico Collins are different because those guys are, and they're really talented by a lot of metrics, and they can still produce well. But I'm just not high whatsoever. And if there's one thing that's really, I guess, changed a little bit for me, is like I'm happy to take guys like Marvin Harrison. That seems like, and Michael Wilson. I think the uncertainty quarterback situation has let those guys slip a little bit, right? So Marvin and Michael Wilson, I think they're both good picks. And we're looking at week 17 spots again. Obviously, the Raiders there should be an absolute bonanza if everyone's playing. But I just really wish I knew if Brissett was gonna be the starter. And I think that's everyone's hesitancy, though. Is like, I love teams though, like where we know the defense is not going to be very competitive, and that's part of the reason. If there's a one stand I'm making this year, like you gotta put your absolute feet in the ground, toes in the ground, grip them things. What's your stand? Is like my stand is like guys like Corum. Like Corum and Monongai, like if I could enter the season with 50% of those guys, I would.
Yeah, I mean I have so much Matthew Golden and so much Genty. So like those are guys I'm gonna make stands on.
Yeah, obviously me and you behind Genty, but like if we're looking in the middle rounds, like guys like of that ilk, like I just I don't see a world in which I would ever draft, and I love the Chargers, Quentin Johnson over guys in that range. I just think Quentin Johnson had a great season, good for him. Me and you both liked him on the TCU, but just I don't think he's built for it.
I just don't know. Yeah, we saw spike weeks. I think Ladd McConkey's the guy there. I think there's gonna be a lot more of a Hampton. I mean, I think Herbert could win MVP. If he wins MVP, it's like Quentin Johnson's gonna have a good season. I maybe at cost I don't like him as much, but I still think he will have a solid season. Coming up, do you guys have Mark Tank Dell, which is just like will fit the Houston stack? I like the potential.
I could never, man. Tank Dell, like does he make the team? Like, are we sure?
He's gonna make the team. They'll give him a shot.
Like he had such a good year that year, and good for him. I mean, it sucks the story that happened, his injury and this and that, but it's a game for dollars, right? And I don't know if the team, and that this is not for best ball, but this is like is he gonna come back the same? He's not a big guy. How does he fit in this offense? They're gonna run that 12, 13 personnel. Like, is he gonna see the field? But in the Houston stack, he makes sense. This is another stand I'll make, and I'll make that right now. I'm drafting 0 Travis Hunter this year. I think there's a chance he doesn't score 200. I mean, I think there's a chance he doesn't score a single week for you whatsoever in best ball. And I think it's pretty likely. I think the odds are pretty likely. If you had to price that out and you're like minus 200 that Travis Hunter's on a winning week, I'd say pretty firm that he's not going to be on a winning week as an optimal receiver. And then there's just no reason to draft a guy like that, and people just like the name. So for me, no way. And guys like that I just have 0 of, and like that's kind of how I feel. I mean, I don't feel the same about Tank Dell. It's just obviously a different situation, but I just don't know if he'll see the field enough this year in that offense.
I think he's a guy that could spike, right? Like there will be. I don't think he won't be a consistent receiver by any means, but I think there is a chance for spike weeks. And
hey, what's tight end look like for you?
Tight end. Let's go to it.
No, how many tight ends do you have?
I have 2. So right now I have Dr. Schultz and Colston Loveland.
Yeah, you should have Mitch. Go ahead and mark Mitchell Evans for the Panthers. You have Bryce Young. He's a guy he had a good rookie year, and like he's gonna be fine. I mean, we can see Bryce feeding him. I do like that a lot. How many picks do you have left?
I believe I have 2 picks left now, and I want Seth McGowan to pair with. Oh, actually, do I just have one?
Your love for Seth McGowan is I really don't.
I don't need to actually. I'll just go tight end because I don't have another pick. I mean, I have Marshawn Lloyd. Seth McGowan is the number 2, projected to be the number 2 over DJ Giddens. That's the.
But like Seth McGowan in pass pro, I don't know if he can do it, man. I really just don't know if he's got the chops for pass pro. And if he doesn't, like whoever plays behind JT is a guy that's going to have to be good in pass pro. So like that's just the facts.
I mean, DJ Giddens, it just has looked horrible. Unless they bring someone else in, like they're just going to have.
It's gonna be Giddens. Giddens just has the leg up being in the league already. That's a huge leg up, a huge for him especially just to be on the team. And you know what? If JT's healthy, nobody's seeing the field there. It's gonna be JT 95% of the work.
Yeah, so I'll go to the team. Right now, it's Caleb Williams, Daniel Jones, Bryce Young. QB, I would say that's like a B QB room. 3 QBs gives it a B. Like if it was 2, it'd be a C. I mean, running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Common on guy, Dylan Sampson, Marshawn Lloyd. Obviously top heavy, but like I like it. I would say that's like a C-ish. And then
you got dude. This is the title of this team is like Sonic and Knuckles breakup.
Yeah, Nico Collins, Chris Olave, Xavier Worthy, Josh Downs, Jaden Higgins, Jalen Coker, Tank Dell. To me, that's a B plus. I mean, it's like very top heavy. It's like there's a lot of potential receiver ones there. So I like that obviously. And then my tight end room is Colson Love, Dalton Schultz, and Mitchell Evans. As long as I get Tim here, and I believe I will.
No one's dropping Mitchell Evans. He's a guy.
Well, I mean, yeah, people are drafting late, like him as a tight end. He's still a starting tight end in the league, so like he won't get prioritized.
I know Jatavian is there, but if you watch the tape, the film on Mitchell Evans is really good. He can actually block. Jatavian's more of a just a receiving threat, and you want to be on the field, throwing some blocks in. So Mitchell Evans in a stack. I think you're mostly going to see Mitchell Evans. For donkeys like me, when we draft Bryce Young, I'll give your team a C minus. I'd give it a D, and it's mostly just personal bias. I'm not a Houston guy. You're not going to see me drop him.
I think, and I've heard this multiple times too, but it's like at cost, Houston guys are just undervalued. So it's more of like the value you're getting from the Houston backs, like receiving, running back, definitely in Montgomery too. I like a lot. Like I know you're just not a big fan, but I do like him. Kaytron Allen has fell so much. I was drafting him earlier in the season, and like now he's like you can get him at such a better cost. When I was getting him though, it was like just pretty
keep
early.
Drafting him. Keep drafting him. Dude, the fat man's gonna win there. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna score touchdowns. Like there's a chance that Kaytron Allen has like 5 carries a game, but scores like 7 touchdowns this year. Like I would say that's not unlikely a scenario. Like Bill's not a goal line back, and obviously, Rashad White's not a goal line back. Obviously, we have Jaden, right? Jaden's the guy that's going to run the touchdowns in. But you have Fat Man back there. Like, he could totally just absolutely cook. And we've seen the workload for Penn State. I mean, Nicholas Singleton for Penn State was like generational talent, apparently, right? So at Penn State, and K-Tron just beat him out. K-Tron just outplayed him and earned the role. And Singleton was relegated to backup duties, essentially, right? Just he was in there for the explosives, but K-Tron was in there down and down out. And if you told me the end of the season and K-Tron was like an absolute just like everyday 15 carry guy, like makes sense. He profiles as that he could do it today. So I do like him. And I'm high in that. To truth be honest, I've been drafting all the 3 of those guys, JCM, Rashad White, and K-Tron. Just like I think someone's going to be valuable there, and I want to be on. I think the offense is going to be.
It's
better,
like the guy preference for me right now is Rashad White.
Just
like I think I prefer him over JCM. And I guess K-Tron Allen would be second list. I'm not drafting much JCM. I guess I'm not a believer, but like could burn me. I just think he's expensive too for like where he is. I think if he was like where Rashad White was, maybe be more interest, but yeah, at his cost, just not that interested. Well, that is that draft. Did you want to do a draft on or no? You gotta pass on one. We don't have to. I know you're at the beach. We can skip you this time.
I probably won't do a draft because the kiddos will be up soon and they'll be in here rummaging me. They'll be putting their hands, trying to climb up here, get on screen. Yeah. So I think we'll end it. Thanks for doing the draft. Let's jump back in tomorrow. We'll talk some baseball. Once we both don't cash in the 888, it's gonna kill us.
How do you feel about your team?
I mean, it's early on, right? I'll probably put it down. I might try to lay down and get a siesta. The sun will cook you. So
yeah, the thing about baseball is this way. That's like, dude, don't count yourself out until like the slate. The slate it can take a turn for the better or for the worse pretty quickly. As long as your pitchers keep you in the game enough, like you should be fine. And I'm
still we live on hope tickets. I still got a big hope ticket in that World Cup Survivor.
Yeah, I lost multiple guys there. I lost
Scotland.
and South Korea.
Not good. Not good. No, dude. I'm glad we did this draft.
Yeah,
we'll be back on. We'll be here every weekend, best ball weekend, once or twice. We want to do it twice, and we'll do talk some baseball tomorrow. But obviously, as we gear up for football, we're gonna be back in here. I think we'll be doing more content for football. We're just not really sure what it is. Obviously, we have full-time jobs. We just make a lot of money on the side, and so like it's a fun game we play though, right? Just trying to figure out.
I would need you to win that $3 million for me to like make this a full-time job. If you don't win that,
I'm gonna bankroll. I'll hire you. You'll be hired.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, man. Enjoy the beach. Have fun. Take a nap.
Yeah.
We'll be back. Thanks, guys.
Right. Later.